Bashers. It is, sorry, I'm a couple of minutes late on Friday, June 6th. How are you all today? Friday Bashers, everybody. Let's see you got in there first tonight. Holy crap, look who it is. Nick Papa Alexandrakos. Nick, that's a tongue twister. Welcome back to the show. Howdy, Bashers. Nick Papa Alexandrakos. Sounds like a Bond villain, Alexandrakos. I will not tell you the secrets, Alexandra Kos. It's a great name. How are you, Nick? Great to see you live on the show. Hey, Dirk, happy Friday. Happy Friday to you, buddy. Great to have you here. Dave, Fahrenheit 451, very close. So far away. Dave, Fahrenheit 451, upvoted. Mr. Brook, I'm not wearing a watch. I gotta put a watch on. I gotta put a watch on. I'm gonna put my first American space on because that's what I feel like, but it's gonna be dead, so I'm gonna have to wind it because it's manual wind 3861. Gotta do that. How are you all? It's great to have you in the show. The big guy's at a party, so what's gonna happen? I don't know. Some kind of do, some kind of VIP do. Excuse me. Fancy people having a fancy party at a glass factory or some shit like that. It sounds fun. Well, those things come up every once in a while. And what are you going to do? You might as well acquiesce and go, right? Great to have you here live. Just want to say one quick thing and get this out of the way. I'm well aware of this recent drama on the stream, and I will not be addressing that in any way, shape, or form. So if you are from one of the many outlets where you can get into drama or any of those things, there are plenty of outlets where you can do that. So don't feel free to not super chat or, to get your comments in because I won't be addressing them in any way, shape, or form because that's not this show. This show is a place where cool people come, cool cats come and meet and have a great time. We're satirical. Hopefully, we're funny sometimes, but we're not here to be mean and take it too far, which is what happens in a lot of those places. And, I saw a couple of things from a couple of people I know that took it too far. And that's unfortunate because, that's my best bud. So you got to be careful. I don't take very kindly to that. So that's it. I'm just addressing it right off the top of this. So if you were thinking about chiming in with something on that, I know most of you will not do that because you're incredible bashers, but I just want to get that out of the way. Don't fuck with that. It's just not cool. And a couple of people won't be allowed to return because of some dastardly things I thought that they said. I didn't think that they said. They did say. So that's it. I just don't like that. That's not. This is a safe space for nice people to talk about their lives, their things, our watches, our pets, our stuff like that, movies, whatever we want. But we're not here to trash talk people. It's just that's not what this iBashers business is about. So especially when it comes to people I love. So yeah, just don't fuck with that. Mr. Brooker is here. TFI, thank God it's Friday. Upvoted. I bet you're going to be doing some great diving today. Upvoted number tree, right? Tree. Hey, do you know? Was it you? It was you. Was it you? It might have been you. Was it you, Nick? Listen, we all know the 33rd and the third. I was thinking about Thursday. What about 33rd and a Thursday as the title for Thursdays? And we could pick an album, a 33 and a third album, and you guys could vote for that. We'll talk about those records. And maybe it's one I've not heard. I'm more than happy to listen to some music that I don't know. You know me, I'm a dinosaur. I don't listen to Sabrina Carpenter or Iggy Azalea or Dua Lipa. I don't listen to any of that stuff, but I have an open mind. I heard Lemonade and I thought it was garbage. But, that's just me because maybe I'm just an old fart. I just don't get her as an artist. Plus, those people who make records that have 16 writers on them, that's not my thing either. I want to feel something that's coming from somebody's soul. And I don't think you get that on an assembly line. You can't really. So I like that. I think it was Nick Berger. So I'm thinking next Thursday should be 33 and a third, 33 and a Thursday. How about that? Congratulations, Nick Papa says Panel Power coming back for you. Dirk, I'm pretty much here every Friday and some other days during the week. I'm just not vocal most of the time. I like to listen and enjoy to other people's commentaries. Well, that's just fine. You do you, Nick Papa Alexandros. You should do what you want, Mr. Papa Alexandros. Gotta say it like that. I spoke to Papa Alexandros. Papa Alexandros. Sounds so Bondian. Thanks, Panel Power. I thought I'd mix it up a bit this evening. That's fantastic. Where are you, Nick? Do we know? Have we determined where you? I mean, it's a very, very Greek name, Nick. Papa Alexandrokos. Are you in Greece? Well done, Nick P, says Mr. Brooker. Space Ace. I have no pics. I have 5,000 plectri in this house. And today I had a riff in my head and I wanted to quickly, I had to hum it into my phone because usually I just grab my Telecaster and I throw it in a voice note and I had no pick. I'm not much of a fingerstyle guy. I mean, whatever, but I couldn't find a plectrum because they all hit the floor and then I can't find them. That's just what happens. It's crazy. Space Ace, welcome. Ack. Number 4 at the door. That's me on the DON. The dot over 90, right shoulder thumbnail. What is that? This is the thumbnail without all the people in it. Look, that's Mr. Vellum. Remember Mr. Vellum from last year? That's the Cat Syndicate, the iBashers Cat Syndicate logo, and it's also on the table. I'll get out of the way so you can see it. Hold on. I'll get out of the way so you can see it. Right? Isn't that cool? Yeah. You know, we like to get creative here at the iBashers. Kevin Landon, the Irish one, is here at number 5 today. Great to have you, Kevin Landon. How are you? Best wishes to Dirk, Oisín, and all the Bashers, and also with you, my friend, and also with you. Mogati, PJs on. Are you a PJs kind of guy, Ray? I don't see this seafaring scallywag as a pajamas guy. I love how people in the Midwest and the West call pajamas. Pajamas, we call it pajamas. Even though we're from New York, we say pajamas. We don't say pajamas. Oh, did you put on your pajamas? You don't strike me as the pajamas. I am often. Emmett made fun of me when we were in Italy, and I had pajamas on. He's like, "Do you wear pajamas?" I said, "Yeah, well, there's company. If I'm alone, it's a t-shirt and me skivvies, right? But there's company. We were in a home with other, it was an Airbnb. There were ladies present. I wanted to be somewhat respectable if I go to the Jacks." Irish revolutionary James Connolly was born in Edinburgh in 158 years ago today. Wow. Seems like yesterday. Steve Zaleski is here, and Kiki, good evening, Dirk, and all. Happy Friday, everyone. How are you? I'm going to be drinking. I've got a big Scotty Love Riedel filled to the brim. Well, halfway to with ice. I'm going to be drinking a Suave today, and I'm going to be spritzing it. White wine, you should drink it now. There's no such thing as like, oh, I've had a vintage white. I like Suave very much. It's a DOC, not a DOCG, but it's very straw colored, if you could see. Because it's hot. It's 90 degrees in New York City. So I don't feel like, I'm never feeling red wine in the hot weather. Last week I had a couple of spritzers. Hitesh is here from BC, British Columbia. Congratulations, Nick. Upvoted. Happy Friday, all. I want to send out a special. I just got a text message from Mr. Blair, Mr. James Blair, that Jane's having surgery in a couple of weeks. So I just want to wish her and Jim the best of times because they're fabulous people. They're absolute great bashers. She's wonderful. He's beyond wonderful. And, they're in Canada, so you can't get stuff done right away. Listen, it works like that. I guess it just does. Now, I'm not going to get into what it is because it's none of anybody's business, but, there's a waiting list. It's kind of like Rolex. It's kind of weird, but we love you so much, Jane, and we wish you the speediest of recoveries. Melly C, the purple one, is here. Happy Friday, Dirk, and all the Bashers. Great to have you live on the show, Melly C. How are you? Great to have you. And Martin Bronson, Martin, the king of the forest. Happy Friday, all Bashers from the local pub. Nice. I like that you're streaming. I'm going to grab my Fergal wine opener so I can get this cracking. Because you know what? I just finished my double espresso. Sorry, Drooby Doo. I cheated on you. I had a Nespresso Paris capsule because I needed something to punch me in the face because the days have been getting a bit difficult, long and difficult, and there's a lot of stuff going on, and it's just you got to keep on hanging on. You got to do that because we have responsibilities as human beings towards ourselves and others, and it's just been kind of a thing. So I usually get an afternoon nap in for like an hour, and I was unable to do that. So hoping this is good. I've never had this particular one. Genie. It's from Genie. I always find white wine. Oh, this is coming out pretty good. All right. Let's look at that. Like it matters. I like Suave. Many years ago, 9 years ago to be, was it 9 years ago? No, it was 6 years ago. Me and the gang, we were all in Verona, and we went to the Romeo and Juliet, the not the fake one that they have in town, but the actual one that supposedly Romeo and Juliet's opposing castles. And one of them had a beautiful bar restaurant, and we went in there and we drank Suave all afternoon, and I learned to really. I said, "Wow, I like Suave," because I hate Sauvignon Blanc. In general, I call it BO and soda. Me and Dana call it BO and soda because we think it's gross. But cheers, Bashers. Here's to a wonderful evening. I hope you're all well. Oh yeah, that'll do it. That'll do me. That'll do me good. Handsome Jojo LaFaro. He's the man. He said he was a basher, and he was. Happy Friday, Bashers from Handsome Joe. Pocket squares on the right side, a hidden message. Jojo looking carefully. Actually, I'll tell you what happened. There's no hidden message here. The ChatGPT fought me on this one so badly. And then when I finally got it reasonably close, it put Ush on the wrong side. And so all I did was flip it in Photoshop because I was just so, I was like, you're not going to get it right. It was like, put Dirk on the left, Seed on the right, damn it. And I just gave up. So that's why the pocket squares are that way, because I had to flip the image. Oh, well. And it, like in the beginning, the first try, like it looked like me, it looked like him, it was perfect. And then when I started to tweak it, because it doesn't ever, when you're working with AI, I find, even though my prompts have gotten quite good, that it doesn't, if you get something pretty close to perfect and then you start making the tweaks, it never leaves what you liked alone. It always starts to ruin what you did. Like the first batch, it was the two of us. It was perfect. It looked great. And then like I was looking at something else and I was on the fourth iteration. I was like, wait a second, who's that big dude and who's that other guy? It didn't look anything like us. Anyway, so no hidden messages. Andrew Wolkowicz is here, a member for 3 months. Congratulations, Nick. Be kind to yourself and others. Be kind to yourself and others. It's very important that you do so. It's very important. And cheers to you, Andy Pandy Pudding and Pie. We love having you here. Louise, the beautiful Louise is here. The ladies of the bash. Good evening, Dirk, and all the bashers. Great to have you on the show live. I haven't watched The Passenger yet. That is, I got it though. I have it. I found where to get it. So that will be the next movie, and then we'll choose another one. Hey guys from St. Andrews, Scotland, it's Vambo Dundee. Hey Vambo, it's great to have you live on the show. I don't know if we've ever played there. How you doing, Glasgow? How you doing, Edinburgh? How would Paul Stanley say? How you doing, Scotland? I'm sure that they've probably played there. Have they not played anywhere? I just found out something interesting the other day. Came up on my feed, and it was Def Leppard, and they were playing in India. I was like, oh, interesting. Not a lot of bands get to tour India. I know Maiden did, and God knows who else. But they were playing in a town that looked like it would be Bangalore, but it was like Bengaluru. And it turns out that that's the way the Indians say Bangalore. Interesting. Isn't it fascinating how we say Paris and it's Paris, and like Madrid is Madres, like why do we anglicize some things and not anglicize others? I've been down this rabbit hole before with Japan, which is really Nippon. Why do we change the names? And why can't we just call it what it is? And why do we have to anglicize it? Like Munich, it's München. Cologne is Köln. I don't know why we do that. And there's so many instances, not all, just some. Lisbon is Lisboa. I don't know. I don't know why we do that. Because we're assholes. Only 5 minutes late, could have been worse. Yeah, you know what it was? I was just making dinner for you know who. I, you know, I was getting that all straightened out. Got to make sure that the lady is good and that she's got everything she needs before I attend to my own shite. Billy G, 3597. Good evening, guys. Thank God it's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Thanks, Billy. Great to have you live on the show. KR picked up a waitress as he always does. How did she know? What? Okay. Kevin Landon. I don't know. This is like almost a Ray message. KR picked you up a waitress as he always does. How did he know she was with the Russians too? Okay, you're funny. Fancy schmancy, enjoy the show. No, you enjoy the show. We have your back, and she's. I know that. Yeah, I mean, listen, you know, when that shit just came up, because listen, I wanted that watch. I love really old, like 5512s, 5513s. I love that, and I was in love with that one well before it got sold. It actually got sold to somebody else first, and I was like, oh, sad. And then the guy swapped it out for the 5513 and asked if he could swap it, which he said no problem, and he sent it back and he gave him the other one. Because if like I've said this before, if I was to add anything to my extremely satiated collection, I'm in want of nothing. It would be one of those because I love old reference Submariners. I love the subs. I love the old ones. I love the Submariners. I'm not a big Submariner date guy. It's just not my thing. There's no such thing as a no date. We all know that, but I'd put it on a leather strap. The bracelet's busted. Big deal. Fucking service bracelet. Who cares? Who cares? There's just a lot of ugly shit, and I don't appreciate it. There's no reason. Always take the high road. Take a high road. And I know if it's your business to dabble in such things, to create things, and take the high road. The high road is a better road, my friends. It's always a better road. You'll feel better. You sleep better at night. Dirk, I've seen all the Topper films, Andrew, because I'm an old queen. So sure, I've seen that stuff. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. No pick, use a coin. Who am I, Brian May? Use a sixpence. I have used a coin, but yeah, it's something. They're here. I just, what it is? I'll take the vacuum out. Once I get the vacuum out, I'll just vacuum everything, and then when I empty the bag, I'll find 50 picks because that's how it works. Phonetic Duck, is Oisín joining? I thought he was on the lash at some exclusive. He is at a party. I don't know. I mean, you got to imagine that they're 6 hours ahead. So right now it's midnight. So I hope so. At some point, he didn't say he wasn't. So, but he didn't say he was. But this is where he is every Friday night. I hope so. But I hope he's having fun at a party, a lovely party. Spike the Dog, ladies and gentlemen, good to join you. I hope everyone is having a great day. You too, Spike. Great to have you live on the show. My pajamas do not have feet on them. They did when I was a little kid, and they had the little drawer in the back for your poopage. Remember those ones? If you were a kid, you had the pajamas with the feet, and then it had a little thing so you could go to the toity. You can go to the turlet. Americans, Brooklyn people, they used to have a problem with OI, so they'd say Earl instead of oil, the turlet. And I'm not kidding you. People have actually said that. Why do I have to look? I put it on my real wrist when it belongs on my left wrist for the show. There you go. Nice, right? Look at that. Beauty. You can really see the vintage loom on there. Yeah, she's beautiful. She's so pretty. It's so comfortable on the wrist too. I mean, it's one of the most comfortable watches I've ever worn. This bracelet, oh man, something else. Kids, Joe LaFaro. I have a cousin in Italy who still wears a nightshirt, and you should hold a candle while you're traversing the house and searching for ghosts. A nightshirt. Do you know? I had a nightshirt for a spell when I thought maybe they were cool. And then I realized why they weren't cool. Because you know what? You can't sleep in them effectively because you'll move and they'll get pulled and it'll start to bother you. And eventually you're pulling it and it'll drive you bananas. Night shirts are, I don't know what that's about. Horrible. Overtime went OT. Went super fast as the left leg has joined the right leg in the race to be on the road to normal. Let's have a parade for Kevin Landon. Yeah. Listen, my knee's been feeling really good for the last 2 weeks, which just makes me say I'm not even going to do it. And I really want to not do it because I don't have any ability whatsoever to be down for 6 to 8 weeks. I just don't. Because there's nobody in my life right now that can pick up that kind of slack. Just not possible. And it's a conundrum. It's tough. It's a tough thing. So I'm like, wow, I feel good. I went up and down the stairs, no problem. I don't know. Congratulations. I'm very happy for you. Tis only the bureaucrats that are holding. It's always the bureaucrats that wreck everything, isn't it? Everything. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Dirk, can we have an update on Bobo the cat? It's Booble the cat. Booble's great, Julian. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring you Sir Julian. Sir Huxley. He's great. I think I've been pretty forthright in the delivery of Bubbledom. Bubble is great. He has, ever since his release after his surgery, or her surgery, the doctor goes, "Guess what? It's a girl." I'm like, "I don't believe you," because it says on the when they were neutered, it says male, and then the doctor says, "Guess what? She's a female." I'm like, "I don't think so." Anyway, regardless, they Bubble the cat now has in and out privileges. So what happens is Bubble comes in goes and gallivants all day and goes and sees Christina's cats and goes around the backyards, never goes in the street, and comes home at night and eats and goes to sleep on Rose's couch, or goes into the big enclosure that she was confined into when she was recuperating, which is now has no door on it, and sits on that very fun padded mattress. So Bubble's doing great, and thank you for asking. She loves Bubble, and Bubble is a really good friend. And a couple of times I've come in there at night because what happens is I give her dinner, generally 8 or 9. So I just gave her dinner early today, and then after the show I'll go in there to dim all the lights, I always put on classical music. Last night it was Brahms. I put some of the composers that are not some bombastic, and I put that on like an internet channel of Vivaldi or something like that, and I put it really dim and just make sure the bathroom lights on and make sure the blinds are all closed and all that stuff. And the second I leave, I get up here and I sit down and I look on the camera, and the second I leave, Bubble comes and goes to sleep. So I'll be doing that later tonight. But that's been how it's working. It's worked out for the best. So cheers. Cheers to Bubble, and here's to you, Julian. Fantastic. No nap. Hopefully it'll turn into Mr. Cranky Pants. Now, I'm not feeling any cranky at all. Anybody watch the season finale of Your Friends and Neighbors? It got really good. It started off rough, and I thought that was the end of the show, but it got really, really good at the end. And I can't. All right, here I go on with John Hamm again, but he was having a conversation. They were at a party, and his daughter was pouting in the corner. He goes, "Hey, why so cranky?" It was so natural, like what a father would do to their daughter. I thought it was pretty great. Curse you, AI. Hey, it makes my thumbnails, You can't have your kayak and heat it. Julian, amazing. The professor. Oh my God, so great to have you. Thank you for the first super chat of the night. 20 balloons on Friday. The professor, when do you come? When are we having dinner in New York? Dinner in New York. When are we going to do that? We have to make that happen soon. It was becoming a winter yearly thing, and we missed this winter now, didn't we? Hope everything's great with you. Miss you on the show, buddy. The Professor 1999. Yeah. If it ain't Baroque, don't fax it. The secret of architectural excellence is to translate the proportions of a dachshund into bricks, mortar, and marble. That's true. Dirk, did you find the battery for the Sega? I did indeed, and it's in, and it's gorgeous, and I can't thank you enough. How wondrous you are, and how thoughtful, not only to gift me that beautiful watch, which I adore, but to also consider the fact that one day its battery might go kaput. Thank you, kind sir. I am. You leave me breathless, my friend. What an incredible person you are. Thank you so much. Sent you some photos in case there's a gallery, as no Oisín. My new project, Blue Whale Bones. Yeah, we could do that. I mean, I have no idea if he's coming or if he's not. I have no idea. We didn't talk about it at all. I just saw a little bit of his stream where he said he was going to a party. And yeah, so if you guys want to do gallery, we could do it. We could definitely do it, or we could talk about other things. Yeah, we could do it. No problem. Wow, there's a delay on that. I just saw myself on the YouTube and there was a serious delay. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, we could do that. How did Firenze become Florence? I know that I ask Paul that all the time. Firenze is Florence. How did that happen? Napoli. I never ever say Naples because it sounds like Florida to people. Where were you? You know what my dream is? My dream is to see Napoli. My dream is not to see Naples. No offense, my niece lives there. But you know, how did that happen? How did it happen? Like Italy, Italia. Okay, that's pretty damn close. Rome, Roma. Why don't we just say Roma? What's the problem with that? How about Paris in Italian? Parigi. It's so crazy. Warren Zevon. You know what, JBB? I don't know a whole hell of a lot about Warren Zevon. I know Werewolves of London. That's it. I know people who are crazy for Warren Zevon, and they were trying to get him into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for the longest time. And people are really devoted to Warren Zevon, and they think he's just great. I don't really know enough about it, and that's kind of cool though, because when somebody's got a big catalog, you can eventually catch up and have so much to listen to. Like, imagine had I never heard of Kate Bush, and I didn't know her catalog upside down. I'd be like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. You just get hit with incredible records. And I think Warren Zevon is one of those artists that has that kind of a following, similar to Leonard Cohen. Leonard Cohen wrote so many songs. And here's another one. So the other night, Jimmy Webb, right? So Jimmy Webb didn't make it onto, was it Rolling? I don't know. The New York Times, that pack of morons. Those goddamn communists. They put out the best living American songwriters, and Jimmy Webb wasn't in there. I mean, that's just astonishing. And then they defended it in a very kind of cunty way. The way people defend themselves when they don't have a leg to stand on. Other lists, it's always somebody else comparing their decision to somebody else's. You know how that goes. It's lame. Take responsibility for your actions. Jimmy fucking Webb. Anyway, Jimmy Webb, I did not know that Jimmy Webb at some point was a performing artist. I just thought he was a songwriter, and I love his songs. I am a lineman for the county. Anyway, the other night, I was flipping around on YouTube after the Your Friends and Neighbors finale, and it said Jimmy Webb live in Europe. And he was like 20. Long hair, young, big Steinway D, gorgeous piano, sounded incredible. Not a singer. Now, what is the adage? The adage is the great ones do. Was it the good ones? Those who can do, those who can't teach. So it's kind of the same, because he sang all his famous songs, including MacArthur Park, which is a very beautiful song. I don't know what it's about. Does anybody know what MacArthur Park is about? And I've never Googled it, but we're like, what the fuck is someone left my cake out in the rain? It's just the weirdest lyrics ever, but it's beautiful and it's very classical in its device. If you listen to the intro, it's extremely classical. He's a classical pianist who writes pop songs. Absolutely gorgeous piano player. The singing is, I could see why he didn't make it as a singer. It's just, yeah, it's just not there. He did some weird stuff. Like obviously Wichita Lineman, Glenn Campbell's version is the definitive. If I mean, a lot of people have done it, but it's the definitive version. And you're so used to the way Glenn inflects. And it just goes to show you, like all the great artists from Tin Pan Alley, the great jazz singers of the 40s and 50s, they were not, most of them, other than Peggy Lee, were not writers. And they were given songs, and those singers brought those songs to life with their gift. They were able to figure out a way to mix, imbue their vocals with the lyrics and the story of these songs, which is what every songwriter would want. When you're a singer-songwriter, you only ever think of yourself singing it. And I'll tell you something, not that I'm some famous singer-songwriter, but, in Greece and Germany, when I've heard other people sing stuff that I've written, I always go like this. I'm amazed. Like I would have never thought of that. That's what's really cool. And those guys get that. So like, I'm a lineman for the county and I drive the main road, searching in the sun for another overload. That thing that Glenn does, that little kind of yodel. Oh, he didn't do that at all. And the things that you think he's gonna do that you think are written into the song, they weren't. They're not written into the song. Glenn brought that. MacArthur Park was originally recorded, I believe, first. I could be wrong about this, but I believe it was recorded first by Richard Harris on his album Hellbent for Leather. That's he was more like a singing cowboy, more like a talking singer. MacArthur's Park is melting in the dark. All those sweet green icing flowing down, it was that. And then somebody at some point brought that song to Giorgio Moroder and Donna Summer and said, hey, what do you think about this one? And you would think that they would think that you're crazy, but instead they made it one of the biggest triumphs of a career, because it is certainly one of my favorite Donna songs. She was an astonishing talent, gone far too soon. She should still be out there performing and recording records. She's one of the most, I can't help but feel that she's overlooked by a lot of people when they talk about the great singers. I feel it is a tragedy and a travesty that Donna Summer is not considered, because she was flawless. And if you see any of her live performance, it is flawless. But her version of MacArthur Park, very classical in its delivery. Yes, it's got a disco beat because that was the genre du jour. It was the du jour, and that's what it was. But it's so beautifully constructed, but the string arrangement in that is so fabulous. Very interesting. Anyway, long way on the Warren Zevon, but there you go. I need to explore that more. I Went Home with the Waitress. That's from Lawyers, Guns, and Money from Warren Zevon. Oh, okay. See, I didn't know that. I do my own signs. Knock yourself out. See, I've heard of the song Lawyers, Guns, and Money, but I don't know it. Yeah, I know. We all know who you are, you guys. Listen. I'll give you a story. I'll do a Oisín, give you a story. So I bought a Breville oven. Those Breville, the smart ovens? I love them. They're great. And they're a great company. So I bought a Breville smart oven, and I bought the small mini compact, I guess. And I really stopped using my oven. And I had it for 10 years or 11 years, and the elements went out. So I just wrote them an email. I said, how do I get this fixed? And they said, hey, if we send you a UPS code, is it under warranty? I said, it's not. And they said, oh, okay. Well, if you don't mind taking it to UPS, and it was like, I think it was like, like $100 to send it in. They sent me a new one, and they did. And I was like, that's amazing. Love this company. Fantastic. Holy crap. Loved it. I loved it. I loved it. Had that for another 8 years. And then that I decided I gave that one away. I wanted the bigger one, and I made a mistake. And I bought a black one instead of the stainless, and it's baked on enamel. And it just started to chip away. But I didn't do anything about it for a couple of months. And I was like, oh, I called them up and they were like, oh, we'll send it in. I said, how about I just ship this back to you? And it didn't work out in the end. Did it make me dislike Breville? No. What I did was I eventually brought it back and I got a stainless steel one because I was unhappy with that. But it was my mistake. I bought it. It was definitely, maybe I'm too rough on it. I don't know what I did to it, but it's like the front was all baked. It was black. It was called Black Sesame. And I thought, oh, cool. But it just didn't work out because I use that thing all day, every day. I'm a baker. I'm constantly cooking. I'm roasting. I'm doing a lot of stuff in there. And I think it was like, I wound up 8 months later, I wound up just getting the stainless steel one. Shit happens. You know what? You can always send shit back. That's how it goes, Virgil and I are celebrating our 16th anniversary together tomorrow. We're going out tomorrow night for dinner. Hey, oh my God, how wonderful. Happy anniversary to two of the most beautiful people ever. 16. That's incredible. Wow. How do you feel? All right, how together? So you've been together for 16 years? I mean, I'm not prying by asking if you're married because I don't care. We're not married and we've been together for 38 years. So I don't know. I mean, it's none of my business. Do you ever think about getting married? Does it matter? It only matters. You know what it matters? It matters for like taxes and benefits and things like that sometimes, depending on where you are, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. As it turns out, we are registered domestic partners, so we get the same benefits without all the other crap. And that's recognized in Italy. So if we, if and when that ever happens, and I'll keep everybody posted on the ifs and the whens, it's recognized because, they don't recognize the other thing over there because, the Pope, and they can't because the Vatican City's there. But congratulations to two of the luckiest, most beautiful people I know. Louise and Fergal, congratulations. So great. My grandfather, who grew up in Prospect Park, absolutely said turlet. Did you have a grandfather who grew up in Prospect Park, Professor? I didn't know that. Because you don't sound like you're from anywhere, because that, because you're an elocuted person. So how could you? You couldn't possibly. Turlet and the Earl. We're getting the burler, man. I'm gonna put the water on the burler. Is it burling? Where did that come from? Does anyone know that? Joe says, have you considered doing the knee? I mean, maybe. Maybe. There's a hospital right there. Santa Croce. Maybe. I don't know. Oh, a great orthopedic in Bologna. Oh, look at that. He used to have friends. You gotta have friends. Thank you, Jojo. Yeah. Because you know what? I'm kind of at the point right now where if this keeps up the way it is right now, because it was bad for a while, really bad. Like it was bad, and the pain was unbearable, and it just stopped. Like in Rosemary's Baby, when she's gonna get rid of Dr. Saperstein and call Cece Hall at the party that night when she's like, shh, girl talk, get out, no men. I'm like, this isn't normal, Rosemary. And then she goes, I'll call Dr. Hall. And then all of a sudden, the pain stops because the devil knows that she's going to go to another doctor and they're going to have to abort that baby because it's the spawn of Satan. And it stopped. The pain has stopped completely and utterly. Does it feel 100% normal? No. But it is certainly doable. And, I live 3 flights up, man. It's not, what the hell am I going to do? I mean, I've been thinking this through in a lot of ways about how could I pull this off? Not easy, but I'm grateful to you, Jojo. Be cautious on doing nothing about your knee. 6 weeks off your feet is better than a permanent issue. I understand that, but I've read also about that. If I just don't go pole vaulting, it's not like I'm exacerbating it by doing a 2K. I'm not. I'm not, you know, yeah. Anthony Davis, Dirk, how are you? Hope you're well. From Wales, Welsh Anthony Davies. Oh, look at that cutie pie. Hello, baby. Hey, Anthony, send us a pic, will you? It's basherdirk@gmail.com. Because, it looks like we're flying solo tonight, and that's fine. Basherdirk@gmail.com. That is Basherdirk@gmail. I've got two pictures right now. I've got the professor, and I've got Ray Ray. And let's put everybody else in there. Basherdirk@gmail.com. That's how you send it to me. Yeah, why not? Why shouldn't we do that? It would be great. Please send a picture of your beautiful pup for the live show. How great would that be? Louis Harder, thank you very much, Andrew. You're the best, Louis. Oh, Jojo coming in hard for the patron saint of lost cats and lonely old ladies. Jojo. Mwah. Wait, mwah. I gotta figure that out, how to make that happen. Mwah. Thank you, buddy. I'm gonna give you what belongs to you. The beautiful, the deck one that doesn't exist anymore. Because you're special, special, so special. Thank you. I got it. Thank you so much. Hey, Nicholas Capone. How are you? Ciao. Great to have you in. You're from the South, right? Nicholas, am I wrong? Am I wrong? Where you're from exactly? Nicholas, tell us exactly which qualicità, per favore. Let us know. Great to have you. I love that picture. Wasn't that a party? Could have been the 3, 4, 6-pack. I don't know, but look at the mess I'm in. My head is like a football. I think I'm going to die. Wasn't that a party? Is this more... you guys are all into this guy, Warren Zevon. Yeah. I don't know enough about him. I am extremely ignorant when it comes to his output, because I was so busy listening to, I don't know, the new wave of British heavy metal. I don't know what the fuck I was listening to. But you know what? I wasn't listening to, when I was growing up, I wasn't listening to that. I was listening to Bellini, because that's what Marty Lawrence made me listen to. So, and Kith. Zevon is a great writer. I know one of his former girlfriends who lived with him for a long time. Really? How interesting. Song just popped in my head. Yeah, he probably had he didn't have, I mean, the most famous song is The Werewolves of London, right? As far as I know, that's the most famous one. I don't really know much about him. Roland, the Headless Machine Gunner, and Hit Somebody are classics. Those are very odd titles there, Kevin. Fred Astaire should never sing, and Frank Sinatra should never dance. The funny. Yeah. There was a comment. All right, I'll go there. When things get stupid, and I was looking at certain things on the interweb, and a certain group of people were making fun of Riverdance and saying how gay it was. And I was thinking to myself, and they were talking about how tap dancing is so gay, and I was thinking, okay, that's pretty ignorant. It's such a stereotype and so ridiculous. It's not offensive to me as a gay person whatsoever, because I think when you think of the great dancers of all time, none of them were. Fred Astaire wasn't, Gene Kelly wasn't, all the Nicholas brothers. I mean, the fucking Nicholas brothers. And then Riverdance, Michael Flatley certainly isn't gay. Generally Madonna's dancers are likely because she makes sure that they are. Can I make a statement about her? She appeared last night in Times Square, and it was brought to you by the fine folks at Grindr. Now, I have a problem with Madonna because I like a lot of her mid-career stuff, early to mid-career. True Blue, Like a Prayer, Erotica. I think they're great records. She worked with Patrick Leonard, Chet Pettibone. Really creative. She sang well. The compositions were great. The records sound amazing. The best players ever, Manu Katché, Paulino Di Costa, incredible musicians on those records, spotless albums. And then she got, into DJs and electro pop dance hoo-ha crap, which is not my thing, but I can recognize it when it's good. And I don't think anything she's done in the last 25 years is good. But now it's desperate and creepy. And listen, I applaud anybody who wants to continue their career. But she needs to know what I always say on this show. Know where you fall on the tree. She was the top of the tree forever, and she is not anymore. That belongs to Dua Lipa and Sabrina Carpenter and all the other. Gaga was for a while. I don't know that she is or not. I loved her last record. But she can't really move anymore. She's an old lady, and she's not as limber, and she was kind of straddling a speaker doing this very young music, and it was just so bad. And the franchise club dancers were surrounding them. That's for you. And it's just a lot of gay boys swishing around and doing their voguing and all this stuff. I just found it embarrassing for her and for everybody else. And then the other thing is Grindr. I was like, of course, now they think we're all whores. I get it, because everybody's being a whore on the screen, and it's sponsored to you by that whore app, and it just makes everybody look bad. I know Mike Johnson and all those cats from the Republican National Convention like to overload the circuits on that thing, because it's a discrete way. It's a download device. And Grindr, I don't know how they make money. Is it a subscription based? This is not something I know, because I don't need to know, thank God. And everybody's on PrEP, so there's no, there's not like when I was growing up and there was AIDS and things that could kill you. And forget about all the other, PrEP is not going to save you from chlamydia or any of the other diseases. But it just felt, tawdry is the word, I guess. No, this is not a good public image for her, for the gay community, just a bunch of little snappy queens. But back to the original comment was, dancing is far from gay. Dancing is an incredible art that has been happening throughout the annals of time. And if you said that to Gene Kelly, he'd probably punch you in the mouth. Think about that. The Nicholas brothers. Think about all these great dancers. Yeah, incredible stuff. As they say in hockey, singers have to sing, dancers have to dance, the muckers have to nook. Oh, nook. Tracy Farris is here. Hey, Tracy, ladies of the bash. It's a dream. Is that another song by Warren Zevon? I don't know anything about Warren Zevon. I don't know anything about him at all. Whitney's version of I'll Always Love You is better than Dolly's. It is. It certainly is. And you know what? Look, I'm a big Dolly fan. Everybody's a big Dolly fan. Love her, love her, love her. She can't hit it out of the park every time, but Kevin Costner, that was all his idea. Kevin Costner said, hey, I have the perfect song. They were looking for the marquee song for the movie. And he said, I have this idea. And they all thought he was crazy when he played it for them. And then, they got together with David Foster, who I consider Satan, but he did a great job on that. And they arranged it in such a way to make her soar. And what she does in that intro alone, that a cappella intro, is mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. Happy anniversary, Fergal and Louise. Happy anniversary to you guys. Donna Summer had the misfortune of a career developed during the disco era. That's a shame, though, because disco, listen, I was never one of those guys, the disco sucks rock guys, the backlash of disco. Disco sucks. Skinnerd. So Neanderthal, isn't it? Or are we back to Neanderthal? We were Neanderthal, then we were Neanderthal. I don't know. Have we gone back? The Neanderthal Thals got mad and said, no, we're this. Some of the great people should be so lucky now with the bullshit AI music that they're stuck with. There's fake vocals, fake string, fake drums, fake everything. It's all fake. 90% of what a modern, unless you're in some kind of cool indie garage band, and even that, the snare drums are replaced. I know how it all works. But most of the pop music you get, you go to Rick Beato and you listen to his top 10 that he does every couple of months. It's all bullshit. None of it's real. Disco, everything was real. But not only that, it was keeping the great string arrangers from way back, Jimmy Haskell, all those cats, Bill Conti, all the great arrangers. Nelson Riddle wasn't working at that time. Not sure what year he died, but I think he was out of the game or dead by then. That's a great question. When did Nelson Riddle die? Nelson Riddle, who's arguably the best. He died in 85. Okay, so he could have done it. I don't know if he ever arranged any, but disco strings are a thing now. You can buy loops and samples of disco strings. It has a sound, it has a vibe, and that's a shame. I mean, there's some of the greatest music. You listen to it now and you go, wow, it's lush. The production's amazing. Now, Donna Summer worked with a guy named Giorgio Moroder who discovered her, and he had a studio in Munich, in München, called Musicland. And a lot of people made records there. Bowie, Queen, ELO, lots of people. It was a mega studio, like in the basement of some big, ugly, communist-looking block building. And she made some of her most amazing records there. And they had a big, giant string room that was in the parking garage to get that sound. It's a shame that people were so stupid. And it was us, Joe. It was well, maybe not you because you're Italian. You probably love disco and probably went to, did you go to 2001? Or did you go to Eliphas? If anybody doesn't know what that is, and you don't, Eliphas, well, 2001 was is a disco in Brooklyn that Saturday Night Fever was filmed at. It later became a gay bar, and I went there once, and I went once. I forget what it was called. It was a gay bar. Spectrum, I think it was called. And they had the light up floor and everything there. And I went there in like 89 or something like that. But Eliphas was in Queens, and Eliphas is now a Paris donut shop or Paris baguette or whatever the hell it is. It was famous because that was where the 44 caliber killer, Son of Sam, shot two people. I think it was Stacy Moskowitz, and they had just left the Eliphas disco, and they went up the street. They were in a parked car, and he got them, and he shot them there. We lived through that. The Son of Sam. I have complete recollection of that whole thing because I had an older sister who had brown hair, and his target were women with shoulder-length brown hair. And Stacy Moskowitz didn't fit the bill. She was a curly blonde. So I remember the Summer of Sam. David Berkowitz, we all remember it super well. Yeah. I am 100% raffling off the mugs tonight, Panel Power. Totally doing that. 1,000,000%. Oh my God, it's James M. Listening while shopping and drinks with wife. Longines Boutique just opened next to Vacheron. Oh my God, the handsome, beautiful, and talented James M. Look at you. I miss you, James. So great to have you live on the show. When did you give me that comment? I take forever to get to my shit. Oh, not that long ago, 15 minutes ago. James M., we love you on this show. You know that. You know, I met one of the few people I've met in person, and we had a hell of a night, man. Drinking some Bordeaux, and it was good at the TWA Hotel. That was a great night, man. And it was pouring, lashing rain. It had started to rain on the night that they first decided. It was blinding with snow. It wasn't blinding with snow, but it was good, though. James M., I'm going to give you something special. You're special, so special. Let's go with the Monks. Okay. It is the second hour of the show. So, James M., we love you. Thank you so much. Happy anniversary, Louise and Fergal. Here are all the mugs in the boxes. These are courtesy of Dave Fitzsimons. How beautiful a person is he. How's best to open this? I'm sure I ripped mine open. Oh, it's got a tab. It's got a tab. Oh, shit, I'm a moron. Oh, no, it's got a very, very funny enclosure. Anyway, it's this. Why open them when I have one on my desk? Dirk Steen and Ushberg. I'll do 3 tonight and 3 next week. How about that, to make things fun? Make things fun. I wanted Oisín to be on the show when we were doing it, and then I'll grab a pen and I'll write the name of the winner on the box. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so let me go find that. Hold on 1 second, please. 1 second, please. StreamYard raffle. Okay, the giveaway tool, right? That's what it's called. Okay. Need giveaway page. Choose a live stream, Friday night stream. Any user who's coming close this text. Okay. Okay. Mugs. Okay, so here's how it's going to work. I'm going to put this up on the screen. Let's get I'm coming up, so let's get this party started. I'm coming up, I'm coming. It's a Linda Perry song. Linda Perry said she wanted to work with Madonna. I think she absolutely should. I think Madonna needs to stop listening to DJs and 16-year-old androgynous black gay dudes and get her shit together. Giveaway tool. Let's see. So entry 0. You have to type in hashtag mugs. Hashtag mugs in order to win this. And yeah, if you do hashtag mugs, then we'll collect enough of the votes and then we'll give it away. Give it away, give it away, give it away. I love my Breville appliances. I'll tell you, it was the greatest thing ever. Listen, you know, I bought something from them that didn't work out for me. And, you know, because I used it and because it was flaking, they wouldn't pay for the return shipping. But meanwhile, they gave me the other one for free. So, you know, it's all right. Whatever. You just got to pay the piper sometimes. It's fine. It's just the way it is. That's just the way the world works. You can't just go, Karen. Remember that Donna Summer first song that most people heard was Love to Love? Of course. Too sexy for most and put her in a slot of not being an artist worth paying attention. I love to love you, baby. Oh, because it was when, oh, love to love you, baby. Great song. Amazing song. Thank you very much, Panel Power. Oh, Dirk, you're so rough on appliances. I'm rough in general on things. I'm a kind of a caveman. I'm rough on furniture. I'm rough. I mean, I take good care of my guitars and stuff, things of value, watches. I do. But, you know, Dirk is an absolute beast in the kitchen. I am. I drop a lot of shit too because I don't have the greatest balance. I'm no ballet dancer, okay? I'm not even close. I'm not even close. It matters in court. You can't be forced to testify against your spouse. Oh, that's true. It matters in court. Talking about getting married. Yeah, it does. Congrats and best wishes to Luis and Fergal. Indeed, congratulations. Maybe Sheen got lucky. Maybe. Who knows? Is he live streaming? I didn't even check to see if he's live streaming from the party. Should I see? He might be. I'm looking now. He did that the last time, right? Nope. No stream from him. No stream. Yeah. Dirk, what do you think about the Madonna concert? There you go. Isn't that funny? When did you say that? Yeah, I guess I started talking about it on my own. Sad, embarrassing. One, I've never been a twink or a twunk or I've never been into that world where everybody's fierce. Oh my God, Madonna's the queen. Never been that guy. It's just, that's a subculture. That's just completely different. It's like, you know, bears, otters. I don't even know what half of them are. I know what bears and twinks are. Not right. I'm not quite sure what an otter is. If somebody knows, they could tell me. I don't really know. There's only 7 entries on this. How is that possible? Come on, mugs. 50 people in the room. Type in hashtag mugs. Come on. Mr. Bojangles. Yeah, he was gay. Gregory Hines. Yeah, he was gay. Sammy Davis. Yeah, he was gay. Yeah, Baryshnikov. He was gay. What ignorance that is. That just drives me crazy. And it went on for an hour about how gay it was, you know. And, you know, it was just, wow. Are we that unevolved that we think and we stereotype? Take the high road, man. That's not necessary. The Irish Rovers, wasn't that a part? Oh, is that the Irish Rovers? I should have known that better. Nicholas Capone. That's right, Dirk. I'm from Argentina, right from Patagonia to be exact, but I live in Buenos Aires. Wake up, Buenos Aires. But now I'm going to the gym. Oh, you look like you hit the gym hard, Nicholas Capone. You look very like a tough guy. So great to have you live on the show from Argentina. So great. So great. I'm so grateful. For South America. Disco night at the ballpark where albums were. I know. How stupid were we? What's wrong with us that we were doing super stupid shit like that? Oh, MacArthur Park was a dream. Is that what it was? Agreed. Disco was real music, but sadly discredited because of the disco culture. Not necessarily for the music. Some of it was excellent. Most of it was. Come to me. French Alicia was like 16 when she recorded that. I like a lot of disco music. And I did at the time. I bought Bad Girls when it came out. I have it to double record. It's got hot stuff on it, Bad Girls. I loved it. Doctor, congratulations. You have a healthy baby boy. What would you like to name him? New mom. Thomas. The night he was conceived, I was head of the train. I don't think I get it. I think I get this, Andrew. Yeah, but what would you like to name him? He was conceived. I think I know what that means. Am I losing? Am I missing something here? Choo choo, says Andrew. I had cousins in Brooklyn that were regulars in these discos and were extras in Saturday Night Fever. Oh, that's cool. 3 times 3 sounds like a good idea. I'll do 3 today and 3 tomorrow, but I'm not going to do it. And look, there's 50 people here. Hashtag mugs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Come on, everybody. 8, 9. There's 9. Why doesn't it say 9? It says 8. Okay. Hashtag mugs. Come on, hashtag mugs. Let's get it cracking. Otter hold hands when sleeping so they don't drift apart. That's the reason why? Oh, here we go. The professor. Otters are men with plenty of body hair with shorter, slimmer builds than a bear. Now, when I was young, bears weren't fat. Now bears are fat. And then there's muscle bears, right? Which I don't know any, I mean, that's the eagle and all that crap, which I know nothing about. So like now otters were invented, so the chubby, hairy guys had a niche. So bears are now just fat, and now they're all fat. But like when I was young, bears were just burly, hairy dudes. They weren't that. Thomas the Tank Engine, Ringo Starr played the conductor. Okay. And why not only Alec Baldwin was originally, and then it was Ringo was the first one, right? Mugs. Okay, great. Mugs. Renaissance mugs, great. Hitesh, oops, mugs. Don't vote twice though. It won't count it twice. Oops, mugs. Okay. 11, that's good. I'm not gonna do it till there's at least 20 people in there. Come on. There was 50 of you in here. What do I have to do? I need to type the title of this. Hold on a second. Oh, brother. Let's see. I'll go there. I'm going to edit the stream live on the show. 1 second. Edit live stream. Giveaway. There you go. Is that not a word? Giveaways? Did I spell it? Oh, giveaways. Okay, good. Okay, I change the title. Let's see if the stream must be scheduled. No, it's already on. Schedule for late stream must be. Please edit the start to what? Oh shit. Forget it. Never mind. Get out of here. I don't want to screw up the stream if it's live. I thought I could edit that live. But I can't. 11. I'm gonna wait till there's 20, okay? I think that's only fair. Right? Okay. Let's see what happens. Upvote 2, everybody. Yeah, please upvote. Hey, Marley Beans. Great to have you live on the show. Beautiful Explorer. I like the Explorer a lot. I do believe in spooks. I do believe in spooks. Okay. I mean, can you guys hit the hashtag mugs? We got 4 super chats. That'll cover the shipping for a couple of mugs. Because everybody's always far away. My address is number 1 Kilstadegrad, Vostok. Hey, Lee Fox. Great Omega. Nice. Or what was that joke from Chandler on Friends? He's like, was it not Pakistan? It was not Syria. It was like Nepal. No, it wasn't. I forget what it was. But he was dating. He was trying to get away from Janice, and he says, "I'm leaving town." She's like, "Where are you going?" And he goes, "I'm going to like number 1 Nepal Street, Nepal, or something like that." I forget what country it was, but it was pretty funny stuff. Pretty funny. Thanks, Hitesh. I'm gonna wait till it gets. It's got 12 now. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna give one away. Okay. Screw it. Why not? Let's get it going so we can move on. Move on. Ready? Draw. Hey, Julian won. Julian gets a Dirk Steen and Ushberg mug. How fantastic is that? Oh, Yemen. Thanks, Panel Power. It was Yemen. Number 1, Yemen Street, Yemen. How great is that, Julian? This one's mine, but this one belongs to you. So I'm going to write your name on it right here. Sir Julian. There it is, Sir Julian Huxley. This one's going out to you. I guess tomorrow's Saturday. Yeah, I could send that. That's yours. All you, baby. Congratulations, Julian. You deserve it. Fantastic. All right. I kind of feel like I'm too revealing here today. How horrifying. We got some pictures in the gallery. Guys, if you want to it's a quiet night here at the iBashers, so if you want to send some shots in, please do. We're an hour or so into the show. I guess I won't be doing a 3-hour show now. If we get to 2 hours, I guess we're lucky. I got Andrew, Becky Brown. Oh, Becky Brown. What cooks, Dirk? What cooks, Dirk? That's great. Congratulations. Everybody's congratulating Julian on his mug. Fantastic. Couldn't happen to a better basher, right? It's definitely one of our own, but everybody is eligible. Everybody is eligible. We'll do 2 more tonight. But let's get into the Gallery of Bashtards. You guys send me some stuff because it's The Gallery of Bashtards. Send me the shots, the sublime, the absurd. The Gallery of Bashtards. You share them with me, and I share with the world. Oh, thank you, Marley Beans. $20 help with the postage. Thank you so much. Yeah, you know what? It's funny. I love the giveaways. You guys know that. It's just that unfortunately, the postage internationally is really hard. It's tough. I mean, you got to do what you got to do, and it's all for the good of the bashers, and that's definitely what Patreon is all about. And these are my Patreons on the bottom. I'm so grateful to all the Patreons because that is the fund that I use for things like that. Anything involving iBashers, merch, postage, new bulbs for my stage lights, or if mic cables go bad or any of those things, I use Patreon because they don't take 30% like YouTube does, which is a terrible thing. Of course, PayPal's are great too. It's one of the greatest things in the whole wide world because it goes directly into your account. It's great if you want to give the show an injection. My PayPal is this, and I'll leave it on the screen while we do the Gallery of Bastards. Let's start off with Ray Ray. What you got? Some bones, them bones. Doodle 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 doodle. I. Doodle doodle doodle. I. Does anybody remember the first time they heard the Dirt album by Alice in Chains? I went, ugh, I'm scared. It was scary, I have to say. Here is Ray Ray Shots. Nice. God, it just looks like, it smells like my childhood. Not that I saw bones like that, but just the landscape. Amazing. Oh, look at that. There's your cap, your tam. My father used to make me and my sister wear Tams, especially if we went to the St. Patrick's Day parade. Anyway, Marley Bones, I owe you a big bang boom. Thank you so much for that. Let's give you this. Beautiful, Ray Ray. Look at that. It's a fossil. It's a fossil. Incredible. Beautiful. Thanks, Ray Ray. That's great. Los Angeles 9320, missed it by the hair of my chinny chin chin. We're going to give 2 more away before the end of the evening, so you will have the opportunity to possess one of your very own, and I hope you get it. Andrew wants to know, how are things going with Dana? Well, you know, she lost her dad, Dale, just the light of her life. Her and her dad were so close, and you know, she's listen, it's not easy to lose a parent. It's certainly not easy to lose a parent when she was the apple of her father's eye. They had one of the greatest father-daughter relationships I've ever seen. She worshipped him. She really and truly did. And yeah, so God bless Dale. He's incredible. And God bless Dana, because she's a great woman, and you know how I feel about them. They're my besties, man. They're family. You know, and I hope they're doing great. You know, I haven't talked to, we text and stuff like that. But you know, I just want to get the fuck out of here so I can have a place where they can just hang their hat and just say, "We're here." You know, that's the dream. The dream is to be in Italy and surrounded by the people I love, family and friends, the best of the best. You know. Thanks, Ray Ray. Nathaniel, 1965 Mustang. Oh shit! I didn't know you had this, did I? Fucking 65 Mustang. Holy shit! Wow, that is sick. Wowie kazowie, man! Look at the color on that. Jays, I know you're quite the mechanic yourself. Oh, looky there. That is beautiful. Wow. Red, that color is unbelievable. Wow. Now, question. I know that obviously because of the World's Fair, I know a little bit about the history of the Mustang. Now, was the 65, because it came out in 64, but was it the 65 model year, Professor? I think that's, so you have the first year of production of a Mustang, Imola Red. Yeah, because it came out in 64 for the 64-65 World's Fair, because the big Ford display had it there. So you have the very first, the first production year was the 65 year model, because that's how cars work. Wow, look at you, man. That is absolutely crazy. Wow. How do you feel about, there was a 64.5? Oh, shit. Okay. Wow, that's weird. Interesting. Paul would have known that off the top of his head. Very, very, very cool. Oof. You got some interior shots? Not that I'm being a whore, but why not? 65 was the first production year. Well, they just got it ready for the fair. So I guess the 64.5s, were those available to the public? Or were they all just for the fair and fair related things for the launch, you know? So it's going to be hashtag, hold on, let me go back to this giveaway tool. Let me go back and I'm going to choose a stream, and it's going to be it's going to be hashtag 65 Mustang. Hashtag 65 Mustang, no spaces. That's going to be the what you have to do for the next round. Maybe I shouldn't even put a stupid keyword in there, right? Let's see how this one goes, and if it doesn't go, then I'll just remove that shit. But congratulations on that. That's beautiful, Nathaniel. Wow. Andrew Katz, You got cats, they're multiplying, and I'm losing control. 'Cause the power you're supplying, it's Senor. Senor, looks like he's getting up from cleaning himself. Very nice. And there's the olive. Hello, darling. Beautiful lady. Hello. Having some floor time. Beautiful. Oh, hello, kids. Beautiful boys and girls. Andrew and his beautiful brood. Tori sent pictures the other day. How great was that? Tori sent pictures. How great was that? Becky Brown, what cooks Dirk? What cooks Dirk? Hold on. Maybe I should just do that. I'll do a show within a show. Do I have a song for that? Oh, I don't think I did I? Yes. I didn't do a song. Why did I think I did a song for that? I think I meant to, and I didn't. Instead, I did. Dirk hasn't seen it, right? Shit. Anyway, Becky Brown, what cooks Dirk? Let's look at the menu. Let's look at the. Oh, shit. Rose's warm fruit cup. You're too much, lady. You're too much. Mix together blueberries, raspberries, and pineapples. Fold in some warm water. Enjoy in a brisk day. But there's a missing ingredient on what I do for her for that. I put in 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar because she likes very sweet things. Now, you don't need it, obviously, and I would prefer this cold, but she does not like cold things. Anything I give to her that's cold, she refuses it. She doesn't like it, and she wants, oh, it's too cold. Even her ice cream, she waits till it melts a little bit, which is horrible. But this is great, though. So let's go look at this. Let's go back to the top. Raspberries and blueberries. Are they Driscoll's? They're always Driscoll's. Right. They look good, though. You know what? The raspberries I get here look smushed to me. They don't look great. I had some raspberries in Italy, and they looked like somebody just picked them. And they were also 62 cents. Raspberries here are $7.99 for a tiny little, for this package. That exact package is $7.99 in here. Oh, you cut up your own pineapple. Wow. I was lazy. I bought the chunks. Oh, look at that. A little bit of hot water. Look at that. I just added some sugar, but it is a nice fruit cup. It is a very nice fruit cup. What cooks Dirk? What cooks Dirk? You got a message from Becky Brown. She said, where are the best recipes in town? She said, hey, what cooks Dirk? That should be the song. Hold on. I gotta remember it. Hold on, ready? I got a message from Becky Brown. She asked, what's the best recipe in town? She looked around the internet and what she found, it says, what cooks Dirk? Clip it. That way I'll have that. And I will write that tune. So that's the idea. Hope you don't mind that. That's pretty great. What cooks Dirk? Got a recipe. Got a message from Becky Brown. She said, what's the best recipe in town? She scoured the internet and what she found said, what cooks Dirk? Bam, bam. That's it. That's going to be the song. Because I'm a lazy bitch. And I'll just do it live. Now you know what the song's got to sound like. Daisy! Let's look at the professor's cat, Daisy. Oh my God. Hello, Daisy. Oh, man. Oh, look at you, baby. Hello, you looking out the window? Close the window, come alive, and it will be all right. I used to run now. Let it all begin. Na, 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 na. I don't know the name of that song. What song is that? Is that Anne Murray as well? Jesus, it's been an Anne Murray week. Hello, Daisy. Thank you, Nathaniel, for that. Very nice. Shane McGurk, where you been? Feds and myself in AI. This is look at this. Everybody's doing this. I do it every day with the fucking thumbnail. I do it. Look at that. Amazing. That's you and your mate and your Roman warriors. You list very metal, by the way. Shit is so fucking metal. If you were in a metal band, I love all the flags. So we're doing a new, well, I don't know if we'll ever get around to a new hit record, but we're re-releasing a record and we're using real art. But for the next one, everyone's using AI art on their album covers. And I'm like, oh, If you're creative with it, it's great. That looks pretty damn cool, though. You guys are covered with the blood of the enemy. Pretty great. That's the name of your album, The Blood of the Enemy. Interior, nice. All right. That's what I wanted from the Professor and Marianne. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Oh, hello, kids. Look at that 1965 Mustang, baby. Wow. Maze balls. That's pretty great. Fantastique. 1965, my birth year car. If I drove. But I don't. Then that's the professor, everybody. Thank you so much. That's well, listen, I'll leave the power open if anybody wants to get in here and do it. Let's see what's going on with the giveaway tool. 3 entries. Are we kidding? Are we absolutely kidding here? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get rid of that. I'm gonna get rid of the all right, fuck it. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna get rid of the hashtag because I think it's causing a problem. I'm gonna get rid of that. Okay, give me 1 second. Close the window, come alive. I think that's the problem that it's doing. I think the problem is that if I have a hashtag, it goofs it up. Why can't I get the giveaway here? Giveaway, stream your giveaway. Okay. I gotta clip this thing. Choose a live stream there. And I don't want them text. I don't want any text at all. Okay. Now I got 17 people in the room ready. Okay. So that's the way it's got to work. So let me, yeah, I got to take that. It's because no people aren't participating. Listen, I don't have to give it away if you don't want me to. If you don't want it, you don't want it. You don't want it. You know. I need therapy. Can't stop singing the new Mork and Mindy tune. Rano. Calico Joe. Calico Joe. Calico Joe. Calico Joe. Pretty great. So everybody, come on. There's 18. Everybody just all you got to do is this. All you got to do is this. Type in something. Type in anything. Type in 65 Mustang. Doesn't really matter. That's why everybody's in there. So I just took away the need for that. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, Sharon. Oh my God, where have you been, beautiful? Everyone asks about you. The whole world. I'm going to take this off the screen for now because we don't need it. Everyone asks where you are, Sharon Alexa, one of the most beautiful ladies of the bash. Glamour, where have you been, beautiful lady? Add a crumbled cookie to that fruit cup. Then it wouldn't be healthy, Joe. Healthy Joe. Healthy Joe. Well, how do you keep yourself so taut and in shape? You probably hit the gym and you probably don't eat cookies. I've seen your pictures. The guy's like, you're a hot daddy. Can I just say that? You are. You know that I think that anyway. Sorry. But you are. When you go to Miami, you must have to fend off all the gay boys. That must be a problem. I could only imagine. That must be an issue. I'm back, baby. I understand all things in time. My best wishes for better days. You understand loss better than most. Nathaniel had it on the show once. Nice. Giddy up on that Stang, baby. First were 45 and a half. I thought it was blue for some reason. It's red. It's red. Excitable Boy, maybe. Oh, I know Excitable Boy. Oh, that's a great song. I like that a lot. I like it. Hey, Andre. Hey, look who's here. Andre, you want to win a mug? Come on. You're in the running. You're in the running. Randoms just look at me. Randos. People have to explain what that means to me because I don't know. I've found that just like strangers. I was like, we just used to call them tricks. We called them tricks. I know that that's a word that hookers use, but we used it. When fruit seems a bit soft, overripe, I put it in water and white vinegar. I got the hiccups just now. Then rinse. Firms them up slightly. Really? Vinegar, though? Ugh. Sparta! Dirk, 77410 unread emails is giving me the fear. Oh, no, that's not unread. This I only have the iBashers email in here. That's just the total emails. They're all read. I don't get a lot of spam on my Gmail. This Gmail that I use for iBashers, basherdirk@gmail.com. That's basherdirk@gmail.com. Where is it? That's the only thing in this box. I don't use Gmail for anything else. I don't use the Gmail people for my email. I don't use the Gmail people for my email. I don't. I never do. Sharon, so excited to have you. Tried to send you a video. Not sure if you got it. Let's see. Deserted Hell's Kitchen. Oh, I can download it, Joe. Click to download. Uh-oh. See, you're on my team. You got the iCloud. I can get it. It won't have sound, though. I hope that doesn't. Oh. Let's watch it. Ladies and gentlemen, JoJo. This is some dessert. Nice blazer. Chip off the old block. Fantastic. What kind of crazy dessert was that? Joe, it's because you're a doctor. That's why you have 14,000. If you really wanted to see a joke, hold on. How many? Okay, actually, that's not my regular email boxes are less than that. Yeah. So yeah, that's just how it works. Is that possible? I heard a noise and I thought maybe Paolo was home, but I do not expect him this evening because the parents are taking up his entire weekend. So I don't actually expect to see him at all. Which means I'm going out tonight and hitting the disco. Hardly. Mango carpaccio with sorbet. Wow, look at that. Mine is 12,000. Let's see. It's not that bad. I do have a lot of spam in there, but nowhere near as much as I thought I did. But anyway. Hello? What is that noise? Oh, it's outside. Wow, that's very unusual. Very unusual. Stop sharing. Okay. Now it'll go. Thank you, Jojo. Thank you for that. And that's iCloud, which I don't need to be in. But I do need to mail back. Can I have the mail back, please? I closed the mail. Hold on. Paul just said hello. Did he? He's not here. Hold on. I gotta fix this. Cancel. Stream yard. Giveaway. I lost that window, but it doesn't matter. Everybody's in there. Bum, bum. Okay, it's 19 people. Got 50 people in the room, you know? So I'll share the screen. Giveaway tool. Come on. Just type in anything you want there. It looks so good. That does look good. Joe, your son looks just like he's a chip off the old block, that's for sure. Mugs. Yeah, you don't even have to write it, but just once we get to 20, we need one more. Anybody who made a comment, everybody just put put a number in there, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just type 1. Just give me so we can get some people in there. Let's get some numbers in there so we can give away some mugs, courtesy of Dave Fitzsimons. David Simons made these just for the Bashers. Hey, Shag Daddy rocks. I just got your message, buddy. Sorry, today was cuckoo, ka-choo. Hey, Lee Fox, great. Mango dessert looks good. Okay, we're getting there. MRJP76, Jojo was a man who said he wanted a mug, but he never could. Now, look at it. You guys are going in numbers. This is pretty good. This is great. Yeah, Louise. Go on, Louise. Sing out, Louise. Mark Medina. Hey, Mark Medina. I love everybody. Seeing everybody in the show. It's great. Okay. Well, let's do it. Let's go on and do it. Do it. Do it till you're satisfied, whatever it is. Who's going to get it? 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 Louise! Every little breeze seems to whisper Louise. Every little breeze seems to whisper Louise. Congratulations, honey. Got the second one. Okay, typing it out. That's yours. All for you, honey. You deserve it. You're a great basher. Amazing basher. Amazing bashers. Yeah. Very handsome young man. I love that he dresses up to eat out. Yeah, because look who his dad is. Most teenagers wear hoodies because his father is a sartorial god. You ever seen the way he dresses? Oh, he's the most perfect blazer with the most perfect shirt, perfect watch, always. Jocelyn, hello, beautiful. Yay, Louise, the ladies of the bash, winning really hard. Gotta try harder, people. The ladies of the bash win. The ladies win. The ladies of the bash. Oh, come on, you. So excited. Here comes that address. Here comes that address again. When I think about sending stuff to Fergal, I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, it's going to get lost 50 times. But wait a second. I think it would be easier for me to get on the plane and deliver it to your door. Kids wear slippers and PJs to school now. That is grotesque. Wow. Thanks, Tracy. He makes me very proud. We know, Joe. You're such a great dad. Such a great dad. Such a great dad. Are you spoken for yet, Jojo? Or can we do like a instead of a grinder, because you're not in that market, but we could do a basher and see who wants to date a tall, distinguished professional gentleman who dresses well, and he's the doctor. What a catch. What a catch. You're welcome, honey pie. It's great to do that. So happy for you. You deserve it. Let me get my email back because I think somebody sent something. Good. I don't want to miss out on stuff. No, nobody did. Damn it. Damn it, Janet. I love you. But, listen, I've never been single in my entire life, and I don't want to be. But I can't even imagine being like, because I'm not in the same league as Joe. Joe's extremely looks like he's got movie star looks. He's always perfectly well dressed and all that stuff. And he's naturally handsome. So I will email you another address to send the mug to. Is that right? Because do you find the reason why I say this, because no one's going to understand, they don't have an address. They have the name of their house. It's, because they're in the west of Ireland. So that, I guess it's true, like house. It's just nuts. But, it was, how many times was it to Fergal? How many times did we try to get that to Fergal? Was it 5 in the end? I don't remember how many it was, but it was crazy. You're making me blush. You are. Serious catch, my friend. And if you don't know that by now, if you don't know that by now, you will never, ever, ever know. And then you must know it. All the ladies, you wouldn't believe how many emails I get about you on this show. Just single? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to give away personal information for people who might want to stalk you. Got to be very careful though online because the people are crazy. Joe address Scott. That's exactly what it was. I kid you fucking not. I kid you not. It is exactly that. It's exactly that. The worst James Bond movie, by the way. Do I need to? I don't need to repeat that. I absolutely hate that movie only because they made up a lot of shit that's not in canon, and they turned him into a Batman. But you know, that's my problem, and it's not really a problem at the end of the day. It really isn't. I'll rewatch. That's a movie I actually should rewatch because it's Judi Dench's swan song, and I love Ray Fiennes. Joe, you love Ray Fiennes. We love Ray Fiennes. But you know what? For me, she was M, man. I love her. God, I miss the Cold War. She had so many great lines. If you ever break into my house, so many great lines. She was so great she was perfect. She really was perfect. And he's okay. He's just back to the old stodgy thing, which is fine. Louise the Stunner. Ba-dum-ba. Me too. I love Skyfall. You can't. It's the shittiest James Bond movie ever made. They go off book hard. They turn him into Bruce Wayne. They give him an Alfred. His parents get murdered in front of him. It's ridiculous what they did, how they went off Fleming to make that movie. It's the most successful James Bond film of all time. Grossed well over $1 billion. It's a terrible looking film. Great song. I love Adele. It's dreary. It was shot was it shot digitally? I think it was. I have a little bit of a hard on for films that are shot on film. I prefer them. I believe that Skyfall was Richard Deakins and it was shot digitally. There's something about that film that's just the palette is so gray. That's why I'm very excited about Spielberg's. By the way, Panel Power, I did a very, very deep search on the Showa and all of that stuff, and I couldn't find any holes in that story about him. He has not, while of course he's Jewish and, deeply cares for his people, I could not find any information that any of his charities provide money to the occupation of Palestine. I'm not saying that it doesn't, because it could, because once money gets over there, it gets corrupted. But I couldn't find that, Panel Power. And, that would bother me a lot because I love Steven. I worship him. I love his films. Janusz Kaminski is my favorite cinematographer. I'm excited for Disclosure Day. And listen, I'm not Jewish. So it's very, very hard for me to parse that. And I can imagine listen, I'm Irish. We know what that feels like. That's why Irish people feel for the Palestinians so much, because of occupation and all of that stuff. But I couldn't find anything, because Spielberg generally practices a peace through understanding, which was, does anybody know what peace through understanding was? You should all know, because we were just talking about it earlier. Where was peace through understanding? That was the title of what? Peace through understanding. Very cool. Stephen generally tries to preach that ethos. So I think it would be really bad business to do that also. So I did look into it. I did a deep dive on it. Skyfall has some, it does have some. Sure it does. Yeah, of course. You love that. Yeah, she's great. Sean Connery is considered for his Alfred. Imagine that. They decided it would be too confusing. Yeah. Skyfall was digital. Yeah, I thought it was. On Her Majesty's Secret Service. Yeah, it has now been rediscovered as one of the greatest Bond films of all time. And Lazenby was, he was what he was. Good night, Dirk, and all the Bashers. Mwah! You deserve it, my love. Thank you. I got the address. Gorgeous. Thank you. And it's an actual address. Good night, Louise. Good night, Louise. Tuttles, Marley Beans. Yeah. Even the film after it, Spectre, which Christoph Waltz, genius, right? But he's one thing. He really only can do one thing, and that's depressing, unfortunately. Jojo, man, are you the catch of the century? 1964 World's Fair. I live with the king of the World's Fair. My whole house is fucking a shrine to the World's Fair. Yeah, you name it, every fucking thing. The glasses, everything. Peace through understanding. Fantastic. Which movie did Judi Dench have all the great one-liners? Which Bond film? I mean, it's probably one of the Pierce Brosnan ones, right? Because those were sassier. Those were, that was more of the Roger Moore formula for James Bond, where there was a lot of more quips. Once they retooled it and he took over for Casino Royale, it got less of that. I mentioned it earlier. Great one-liners. You mean Notes on a Scandal? Are we talking non-James Bond movies? Becky Brown just watched Notes on a Scandal. I will rewind. It's okay. So what did I say? Judi Dench James Bond movie? I mean, well, she started with GoldenEye. Actually, she didn't start in Skyfall. No, she actually, would she come in on? Judi Dench. I don't love those movies. Bond films. Okay. Oh, she does. Yeah, GoldenEye was the first one. GoldenEye, Tomorrow Never Dies, The World Is Not Enough. I'm going to say probably GoldenEye, right? I'm guessing. Skyfall. Did she have the best lines in that movie? Listen, she's great no matter what she does. I love Judi Dench. I absolutely adore her. She's great. And, they claimed at the time that she was going blind and she wanted to give up the role. She's made a shitload of movies. So I don't know what's happening about that. Sharon, are you single? I know a really handsome guy that thinks you're beautiful. Yes, you are. I'm the worst, right? Dirk's had a couple of glasses of Suave. Not that many. Not that many. I'm only a quarter into the bottle because I've been spritzing it, but I like to see nice, good-looking people. What was that Tina Fey said? She's the best on 30 Rock when the Floyd, her boyfriend, before he's her boyfriend, he's making out with his girlfriend in the elevator, and he goes, "I'm really sorry, that's really uncalled for." She goes, "Only when it's ugly people." God, I miss the Cold War. That's the greatest line ever. That's the greatest line ever. Greatest line. Sean Connery was actually half Irish. Yes, I know this. His dad's family was Catholic from Oxford. True. Yeah, tell that to Kevin Landon, Trey. You guys need to get together and do that whole thing because it would be crazy. Joe's smiling. I mean, isn't that just fun? In my day, when an agent screwed up that badly, they had the good sense to defect. That's a great one. Yeah. That would have been Quantum of Solace, correct? Or no, the end of Casino Royale, right? When he goes to the house, when they get the agent, right? When they get the guy that killed Vesper, right? The double agent, right? That would have been that. Yeah. I know, it's fun. Hey, Edit 1970. Hey, hey, Ed in the UK in London. Edit 1999. Okay, So, what's the talking point as I've just arrived? Nothing. We're wrapping it up soon. We're giving away the mugs, and we've been just talking about a bunch of serious things. Are you a watch guy? What kind of a guy are you, Ed? I'm wearing my first Omega in space. Please upvote if you can. It's not working. It's not working because I got this on thing. From the Lufthansa Lounge, JHB. Ooh, ooh. Are you going to München? Are you on a 747-8? What's your equipment tonight? So, we're like ETA people now, unfortunately, because my princess days with American Airlines are over. But American never had great airplanes. 777-300s, big fucking whoop. Lufthansa's got great stuff. I finally threw on the A350. Hated it on the A330 Neo, much better plane. So because they code share with and Lufthansa bought ETA, I'm thinking about the next time we go over there to go through, instead of going to Rome, we'll go to like München and get on a 747-8. What's your equipment tonight? Oh, A330. Oh man. Oh man. What city are you going to? Frankfurt? Where are you going? Where are you going to? It's worth flying to Germany just to, 1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. You know what Lufthansa has that's very cool though? I'm not an Airbus fan, even though even though Boeing is not doing very well. You saw what happened yesterday with the Dreamliner, United Dreamliner gear retracted at the gate. They're just pulling the plane up to the gate to board, and the front landing gear collapsed right at the fucking gate. This is not the first time it's happened either. Boeing used to be, if it ain't Boeing, I ain't going, but now it's really serious. So ETA only has Airbuses, so we fly mostly the A330 Neo, and which is fine actually. And we're in the back of the bus because we don't have enough points to move up yet, and we won't for a while because they killed their Volare points, and we have to start over with miles and more Lufthansa. But I'm thinking about going through Frankfurt and then jumping on some bollocksy carrier to get us. The problem is I need to get to Ancona, and it's very few airlines go there. And they're mostly rinkety dinkety. I think guys showed you the did I show you that got there's 747. I mean, it's an amazing. It's the new one. It's the Queen of the Skies, man. It's the Queen of the Skies. Dirk loves me. I love planes. I love everything about them. I'm going to find the video for you to show you. I mean, why not? It's my show. It's your show. I just hosted. Wow. Okay, so this was on the way there. Oh yeah, ready? Okay. So let me take you down because I'm going to. This is what we have to take when we get to Rome, which is cute, right? That's a dash 80 or dash 72, I think. Yeah, a dash 72, I think it was. Yeah, and this is an airline called DAT. No more trains, Joe. Joe, you want to know? First of all, ETA Airways, our flight out of JFK to Rome was 5.5 hours late, and they didn't notify anybody. No text, no email, no nothing. And we were in the car on our way to the airport, and I happened to look at the app, and it said leaving at 1 a.m. I was like, oh, fuck. And we had this flight. So we made it by the hair of our chinny chin chin because there's 2 flights a day, morning, which we were going to take, and then afternoon, but we didn't get in. This flight took off at 4:10 p.m. Rome to Ancona, and we landed at 3:20 p.m. Rome time. So what did we do with my bum leg? Because my leg was in bad shape on that last trip. Not so good. We landed, Irish passport. Thank you very, very much. Got a little bit of a wait for Paul to get it through his thing. We flew like the Dickens from one terminal to the other. Luckily, they're close by. We made this flight by the hair of our chinny chin chin. We barely made it. We barely made it. This was the ATR 72. Yeah. That was the plane. And that's how it looks. Oh, look, I got this. I think I took a great picture. You're not going to get sound, but yeah. I think I took some air shots. This is there were 6 people on the flight. Hey Andre, great, thank you, buddy. So the first time we ever took this flight was from Ancona to Rome because Dana found it. I didn't even know it existed. I tried to find flights and I couldn't. Now I know it was a different airline. They bid for the flights. Anyway, it's the difference between 5.5 hours. You land and 5.5 hours later on a train, you get to Ancona because you got to go all the way up to Bologna and then down, or 22 minutes in the air. So literally it is land in Rome, 22 balloons, 22 minutes in the air. And then once you land, it's domestic. I could be over in Fano in 25 minutes. So it's basically an hour from Rome. I'm there. And man, it makes all the difference in the world. I'd rather choke on a wasp. I get why people fly, but for me, it's not good. I love takeoff and landing, but 33,000 feet up scared. Who cares? What's the worst that could happen? You could die, right? Yeah. If you get the worst seat on the plane, you don't have to worry about being bumped. That's hilarious. You guys are funny. No sounds? Okay. Sorry, you've got air sickness? Oh, that sucks. I've never been on a cruise, nor do I ever intend to go on one. But if I did, I got air sickness, whatever. Papa okay, so we're at 8 o'clock, so I think it's time to give out the last mug of the night. Last mug of the night. Let me sort this out. Giveaway, 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 giveaway. Give it away, give it away, give it away, boy. Giveaway. Giveaway. StreamYard. Okay. Okay. There it is. How many people are in here? 15. 15 edit. I would look. Oh, well, you get to win one. I'm going to give 3 away. 3 away tonight. I gave 2 away already. And that's how we'll close. Well, oh, wait. Andre Levchin's got a picture. Boys in the Irish pub. Hey, Dirk, here's a photo from Geneva more than a month ago. If you think this is an appropriate photo, then if you don't think it's inappropriate, I think it's fine. It's up to you. Don't want to do a arm to but let me see. What would be inappropriate? I don't see what would be inappropriate at all. I don't think this would be inappropriate at all, baby. Looks great. You got all the boys in there. Look at that. You got Oisín, you got Tim, you got Red Shovel. Look at you guys. And that you in there in the middle? Fantastic. Do you know what I always said? I want to be the first person to say this, okay? Now, when Red Shovel was chubby and drunk and all that, I said, wow, he's got such a handsome face. Imagine if he lost weight, how good he'd look. Look at how incredibly handsome he is now. Look at that. Look at that. Look at him. It was that girl, too. That girl that he was dating, that she was definitely nowhere near his league. Certainly she's not in his league now. But what a great shot. I think that's a great shot. What a great thing for the gallery. Good for you, Red Shovel. You listen. When I was in Hitman, I was a chubby boy, and Mike's girlfriend Olga said, the band would do so much better if you lost weight. And I went on a diet and I lost 40 pounds. And we did better. And it changed my life because I was a chubby kid. I was young. I was 19 years old, and it was great. I started running, all that stuff. It was good shit. Grateful, 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 grateful. So that's a great picture, man. Thank you so much for that. The Gallery of Bashtards. Yeah. Now let's see what's happening with the giveaway, and we'll we'll close out tonight's festivities after we give away some shit. 15 entries. Okay, how do I feel about that? Hey, Edit, you're a music producer. What kind of music do you produce that makes you sad? What makes you sad? Don't be sad, beautiful Sharon Alexa. Nothing is sad, man. Even death is not sad. Do you think it would disturb people if I bought a parachute as a carry-on? 99 says love balloons in the music sky. Da, 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 da. Oh, you're a music producer. Yeah, my band was called Hitman. I'm a progressive power metal, 80s, 90s thing. We get to put out records and we get to play in Europe in festivals, and it's quite fun. So thanks. What she said to you to lose weight. Oh, no. Oh, but no. She was so right, though. First of all, Olga was gorgeous, but, she turned out later on, she was lots of trouble with blow and got my bass player into it. And it was a problem because we had a strict no drugs policy in my band. And yeah, it was not good. Not good. Anyway, that was fine. Actually, I'm glad she did it. EDM, I'm doing my BA honors in music production and sound. Nice. I don't know anything about EDM as I'm an analog kid. You move me. I'm an analog guy. I mean, listen, I've been recording digitally since the 90s. I was on Notator before it was Logic, and I embrace all that stuff. But like electronic music, I just don't know enough about it. My neighbors, Rach and Ralph, they turned me on to a couple of, they love to go to those things. And it was good. I just don't know enough about it. I don't know enough about electronic music. For me, it's all about, picking up guitars and pianos and basses and things. But, I'm an old codger. I'll have a listen. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, Edit. I'm a coblier. A coblier. A cobbler. Are you a cobbler? You make shoes? Really? Give up piping. I mean, typing. Lost art, Shane. Yeah, you got to go to Italy for the great cobblers, man. Amazing. Absolutely incredible. Okay, let's get it going because we're going to end the show in a minute. Let's draw it, baby. Jocelyn Pittenbender. Oh my God, ladies of the bash. Jocelyn, I'm so happy. Wow. So great. I can send you something. Oh my God. Jocelyn, that's yours. Fantastic is that. Jocelyn, I could not be happier. Can I just say that? Does that sound terrible? Am I being biased? Hold on. Because this is an amazing woman that keeps me in Habit Rouge. And I was wearing Habit Rouge this morning, but it's late. I'm going to put on some Quercus because you know what? This shit's sexy as shit. And you know who wears this now? Oisín. Oh, man. That smells fucking delicious. Delicious. Jocelyn's my fragrance queen, and I'm so happy to give you something back. I'm so grateful for that. Thank you so much, beautiful woman of the world. Let's see what everybody's saying. I play drums and keyboards, but got caught up at the FL Studio. Yeah, listen, I've been on Logic Pro since before Apple owned it. I was on a PC, and I worked on a thing called Notator by a company. Then it became eMagic. Then it became Logic. So I've been working within the digital realm forever. I mean, I'm a singer first and foremost. I do play piano, and I'm a decent enough guitar player that I can record and stuff. But when it comes to tracking, I will generally, unless it's my own project, get a real person to do the job, because you need to know where you fall on the tree. And I know what I'm good at and what I'm not good at. And I know when people are better at it. And that's very important to know that. but I tend to use digital recording as a tape machine. I don't really use a lot of other stuff, you know. You can call me Ed. I can call you Ed, and I will. Thanks, Ed, very much. Congratulations, Jocelyn. Jocelyn. I love this. Everybody's so excited for Jocelyn, and you should be. So, for those of you who don't know how amazing she is, the first, like, we'd met Jocelyn, and she was in the show, and you know, everybody was cordial and nice, as all bashers are. But one day I was doing a walkabout in New York City, and it's like 2 years ago. And I just started doing my walkabouts, and I'm on my way to Saks Fifth Avenue because M7, which was my fragrance, it's hard to find, can't get it. I have it now because of her. And I was going to Saks Fifth Avenue to go buy Abbey Rouge. Abbey Rouge is the flagship, in my opinion, that in vetiver of the Guerlain brand. Guerlain. That Becky, is that right? Guerlain. Guerlain sounds like wah, something you'd say during French sex. Guerlain. And it had just been reformulated by Delphine Jelk. So I wanted to go check it out. I loved it. I got it. And then the second after this, she PayPal'd me the money to pay for it. That's how, like, and then it was like, everybody was like, what the fuck, crazy lady. And then over the years now, she's been sending me samples of things. She's knocked me out with M7. She's found it and sent it to me, which is my all-time favorite fragrance. Jocelyn, I don't know what to say. I'm just so, I mean, it's the least I could do. I'm so grateful. Big hearts out to Jocelyn Bittenbender for your beauty, your charm, and everything about you, because you're amazing. Congratulations, says Mark Medina. Nice one. Oh, wow. Still at work. What a great surprise to hear this in the background while doing paperwork. Yes. Congratulations, Jocelyn. Wow, that's cool, man. So great, because she's one of the most amazing people ever. You know, blessed. I'm in awe of guitar. Me too. I'm not a guitar. I mean, I can play. You know, I could get up there and do John Bon Jovi's job, you know, if I had to, you know, chords and maybe a solo here or there. But no, I'm smart enough to know when it's time to get a real guitar player and not do it. You know, why would I do that? Know what you're good at. Sharon Alexa. Oh, Dirk, I would love to go to Saks and come to New York. We'll go to Saks. I'd be Bob Geldof and donate my mug, a person with a hole in their cup. Just saying. Bless, Jacqueline. Amazing, Jocelyn. Thank you so much, guys. JHB, have a very safe flight, man. Get on your plane. Make sure you get there safe and sound. Grateful for everybody. Thanks for a very fun solo. Guess Oisín's at the party doing his thing. Great. It's so great to have you all here. What a fun night. What can I say? Guys, remember to hold the door open. Thank you to the super chatters too. Andrew, the Professor, Joe LaFaro, James M, Marley Beans, Sharon Alexa for being members. Thanks, guys, so much. As you all know, we do have memberships on the show that's available. You know, I kind of regret doing that, but what are you going to do at the end of the thing? It's like I feel like it alienated my Patreons, who I absolutely friggin' love. They're on the bottom there. They're Jim Lassick, Andrew Wolkowicz, Go Moto Soto, Nick Sisto. I know you left us, but I still love you. Complicated Time, Fergal McDermott, Nathaniel Hannon, Dana O'Malley. Okay, I'm reading too fast. Lord Scotty H. Dean McKenzie, he's left us too. What can I tell you? Al Benedetti, Angelo Minichello, and it had nothing to do with me. So there you go. Angelo Minichello, Al Benedetti. We love you, Al. Gasman 308. We love you guys. Hello, Wonky. Danny L, Dave Fahrenheit 451, Dave Fitzsimons, Lady Martin with the Ranch, Easy E, Mimi RW, Chris on the Upper East Side, Scotty Love, Jocelyn Bittenbender, Ray, Nader Prince, Jonathan Badner, you're a bad man, James M, Drooby Doo, Mike Callen, C Nord, Stuart H, he left us too, but we love you, Jass, he left us very early, Jojo, superstar, and Neil Hume. Thank you all so much. Thank you for being part of my world. I'm grateful for every little bit that I get. Thank you so very much for all that stuff. Thanks, pal. Yeah, we have a lot of fun on the show. On Friday nights, it's usually with Oisín O'Malley. He's a big watch YouTuber lifestyle guy. But the rest of the night, it's mostly about me and my cats and these people out there in the dark. It's your show. I just hosted. That's how it works. You know, we find common ground together. We try to promote something positive. I'm now reviewing movies, which I didn't like the last one, which was Lord of the Rings, but It was boring. I know it cost a lot of money, but I didn't like it. I'm sorry. You're welcome, Joe. Thank you for being part of our world. Fun show. Keep it clean. I don't have no. Who cares? Who fucking cares? Does anybody care? I don't fucking care. I don't care anymore. I don't care if you're left or right or X, Y, Z. I don't give a shit. You know, there's only two kind of people I don't like in the world: liars and Zionists. Everybody else we could work with. Liars and Zionists. Liars and Zionists and cunts. So am I. Shane McGee coming in with €5. Thank you, buddy boy. Let's give you a big bang schmack-a-maga. To name a few. Yeah. Hey, man, you know what? My email is basherdirk@gmail.com. Ed. So you can give me a shout. We can talk shop. Talk about music. Talk about pop music. Talk about New York, London, Paris music. Everybody talk about pop music. Talk about pop music. Everybody have a great weekend. I'm 48 and I don't care. Why should you care? Who cares? Who fucking cares? Cunts are cool now. Right. You cunt. Right. You bloody cunt. Listen, I grew up with that word being thrown around the house like was no going out of style because Irish people don't. It's not the same as it is in America. It's funny stuff. But it's I would never, ever, ever use that to a woman. It's never. It's like, oh, Pete's a cunt, right? Well, you saw what happened last night, right? Oh, mate, what happened? Pete, your man Pete. What about him? He's a fucking cunt. Right, you right, cunts there. It's Guy Ritchie shit. You know, it's never about women. Here in America, it totally is. You never. I mean, I guess maybe there's a point where Karen might really be a problem. And then you might just save that in the arsenal, in the back of the barrel, for when it just spirals so far out of control that it might happen to happen, right? Oh, everyone's a cunt in Ireland, though. I mean, it's just like, you know, oh, Liam's a cunt, right? Oh, yeah, right. Oh, I've not been. Oh, yeah, sure. Everyone's a cunt. Everybody is. And it's just not a thing. In America, it's the worst thing ever. Cunts, right? That's true, cunts. Depends on the region, though. Anyway, guys, remember to hold the door open. Remember to say please and thank you. Remember, if you meet or encounter somebody who is less than kind, give them as much benefit of the doubt as you possibly can. Just listen, rope was invented for one reason. Give people enough rope to hang themselves because they can prove themselves to be somebody spectacular in your life, or maybe they're just a cunt.